So let's find out what kind of action can be taken and how people can report this. I'm joined by the Commission's Khanyisa Qobo joining us this morning. Khanyisa, good to have you with us. So just how much of this has actually been a problem, bearing in mind we've been warning people for ages now that we cannot see any kind of anti-fair competition when it comes to school uniforms. How bad is the problem still?
Good morning, Gareth, and to your viewers. We have been doing work in this area for many years, as you correctly say, raising awareness. But in the last 5 years, we have started taking enforcement action. And you recall that in 2018, we entered into a settlement agreement with some of the big school groups who essentially then agreed to comply with the Competition Act and also the guidelines which had been issued. We've worked quite closely with the Department of Basic Education also to sensitize schools to these issues. And more recently, in December 2021, we also had further enforcement action against one of the big school uniform suppliers, Makalo and Bothwell. Equally, there it's an agreement on their side to adjust the contracts that they have with the schools to ensure that there is, for example, competitive bidding. Schools, when they choose these suppliers, they should ensure a fair process. They should not have long-term contracts. And if possible, schools should have more than one supplier of school uniform if it is feasible. We are seeing a mixed, bag, but certainly improved compliance over time. But we will continue certainly hammering the message home.
How difficult is it for anyone who wants to lay a complaint, Khanyisa, against either a school or a supplier or both, depending on the situation? How easy is it to lay a complaint with the Competition Commission? I imagine you're being inundated at the moment. Is it as simple as picking up a telephone or sending an email, or is there a bit more of a process?
It is a simple process. You can send a WhatsApp message to us. You can send an email to us. You can, of course, also just lodge a formal complaint on a form. All of these details are in the public domain and can be found also on our website. But we do encourage parents to engage with the relevant governance structures in their schools. First and foremost, parents have a lot of agency in this area. They are, after all, the purchasers, but they are also able to, agitate within the schools for reforms. Ideally, schools should have a fair mix of generic items and unique items. With generic items, they tend to be cheaper and can be found in most retailers. And these are certainly demands that parents can make to their SGBs or whatever relevant governance structures that they have.
Yeah.
But of course, if all of this fails, especially when it relates to suppliers directly and pricing, parents can lodge complaints with us.
Just before I let you go, as far as the Commission's scope on this, perhaps this is more for parents, maybe some advice, but tell me if you're able to talk to this, Khanyisa. You're talking about unique items and generic items. I suppose part of the complaints are going to be that what schools are demanding that pupils must buy as unique items are the exorbitantly expensive ones. Is there recourse against schools putting rules and regulations into place that force parents to pay these high prices? Is there any action a parent can take in that case?
So in terms of the composition of the school uniform, we do leave that to the decisions of as a decision that schools can make in the relevant governance structures, as I've already indicated. But in terms of pricing, certainly the Competition Act has provisions where excessive pricing is regarded as a contravention of the Act. So we are able to investigate, excessive pricing of particular items. And if we do find a contravention, of course, it will lead to prosecution.
Well, I appreciate your time in joining us. At least parents and schools and suppliers now know what the rules of engagement are. Any concerns from parents, you're welcome to get hold of the Competition Commission regarding the prices of school uniforms.